Hi, it's Nicola Bird here from the Simplicity Project, and I wanted to talk to you today with the help of my dog who wants to join in the conversation. My kids have just gone back to school after the Easter holidays this morning, and really our kids can be some of the best teachers that we'll ever have, but I wanted to share with you really something that they taught me that was pretty amazing and awesome that I've only just realised now they've gone back. So those of you who've got kids will resonate with this, that sometimes our kids, well, my kids, right, they sit at the table or they sit in the car, or in fact it doesn't matter where they are, they bicker a lot of the time. And they're 6, 8 and 10 now, so that is just what they kind of do. But for ages I had been beating myself up about the fact that my kids bicker. Therefore, when they do it, they irritate me when it happens, and therefore I need a strategy to deal with this bickering behaviour. And I hear them bickering and I think, oh, what does that mean about I'm not a very good mother, I need more discipline, they don't understand how to get on with each other, I haven't taught them properly how to communicate with each other, yeah, I'm a bad mum mainly, I need to do something in order to change this behaviour, because it's really, it's not very pleasant, it shouldn't be like this. Right? This that's happening right now, it shouldn't be this way. Therefore, I need strategies to deal with it. And one day, I just suddenly saw and understood that the problem wasn't that my kids were bickering. The problem was that I thought they shouldn't be. And while I thought they shouldn't be, and that wasn't right for some reason, I had to have a strategy to control it. But the minute that I saw that the problem wasn't that they were bickering, the problem was that I thought they shouldn't be, that completely changed my relationship with my children bickering. And it meant I had a totally different experience of that problem. There wasn't a problem. There was nothing that I had to deal with. Like, they were just doing what kids do. And so it kind of washes over me. And this Easter holidays, most of the time, while I remembered that, it washed over me. And that was it. It was no longer a problem. It took the stress out of it. I don't have to control it. It doesn't mean anything about me as a mother. In fact, if they weren't doing it, I should probably be more concerned, right? And then I really saw how similar that was to how much we try in our lives, try to control our lives so that we have lots more pleasant, nice, lovely experiences, and lots of pleasant, lovely, nice, joyous, peaceful, loving feelings and experiences. And we try and carve our life out to either try and create the things outside that we think are going to create this lovely life for us inside. You know, so I need to have a nice house, a nice car, lots of money coming into my business, good relationship with my kids, my family, everything like that. So if I do all that stuff outside, then I'll feel nice and happy and joyful inside. Or once we start to get a bit more understanding about how human beings work, we start to realise that, well, if I think happy thoughts, I'll have happy feelings. So therefore, I'm going to try and direct and point myself to always having these happy feelings and happy thoughts, because then I'll be a happy person. And that's, after all, isn't that what we all want? And every time we get into a bad or a crappy mood, we think, okay, well, I need to do something, either externally, like get a bigger house or get a smaller house, or, you know, sort out a relationship with my kids, or change my husband, or whatever. Or I need to think nice, happy thoughts to get rid of that bad feeling, and to get rid of anxiety or sadness or depression or overwhelm or stress or any of those kind of feelings that we have. But what my kids taught me with their bickering was, wow, imagine the freedom of mind and the freedom of experience we could have if we didn't try and manage the bickering, if we didn't try and manage the sadness or the anger or the depression, if we didn't try and get rid of them as something that has to be got rid of. What if, as human beings, we are supposed to have some of those experiences? What if we could have them, let them wash over us, and that be okay? What if we could completely change our relationship with those emotions so that we didn't have to have a happy life the whole time? But that instead of just, I kind of am trying to describe it to a client the other day, and I was saying, imagine we've got this whole circle all around us here, and what we're trying to do, a lot of us, is just try and have this kind of quarter, maybe. I'd like this quarter of my whole possible experience that I could have, my possible range of emotions. I'd like this quarter, please. I like this happy, love, nice, the stuff that's in this bit, please. How cool would it be to understand that as a human being, all of this is available to us, that we don't have to steer away from that stuff, that that's not scary, that it's not, it doesn't have to be unpleasant to experience all of that stuff. We don't have to shy away from it. We can embrace it as a human being. How much simpler life would be. And for me, the realizing that all this stuff is just like the bickering. It's like what happens when you're a human being. Again, took another 90% off my to-do list to realize that I don't have to control my life to keep it in this quadrant anymore. That I'm free to have all of the experiences and more of whatever comes to me as a human being, and it's all fine. I don't need a strategy to manage it anymore. I don't even need to think about it. My relationship with the 3/4 of the quadrant I've been trying to not experience in my life, I don't have to manage that anymore. My relationship with it has changed, and it will never be the same again since having that insight. Now, when I'm right in the thick of it, will it still feel icky? Yeah, sure. While I don't see that it's thought, it's gonna feel like there's something I need to do about it. But the second that I remember that we're supposed to have these experiences, it's supposed to be like this. If you didn't have this quadrant, you're not a full human being. That changes again my relationship with it. It lets me off the hook. And when I'm off the hook, the less I do to try and steer my life and my circumstances and my thinking back into this happy quarter, the quicker the human experience is fluid and it just moves and shifts across. And the quicker I move from one feeling to another and one thought to another, the more fluid my life kind of feels. So this video is to kind of say thank you to my kids for bickering, and carry on bickering, because it reminds me every time they do it, it reminds me that this is the way it's supposed to be. And it reminds me of all the times, and I smile at all the times that I used to spend trying to manage and control that. I just don't have to do anymore. So I hope that's been helpful to you. I hope it's given you some of your own insights. I'd love it if you'd share with me in the video below.